What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video on TPL Locs. Today I have another loc talk for you because this week we did a beautiful men with locks, and I would love to keep going, but this time do video with beautiful women with locks. Welcome to Loc Talk. Alright, so again, I've tried to combine as much short locks, long locks, freeform locks, salon style locks as I could. So let's get started on this first picture. Here we have, I believe she is a celebrity. I'm sorry, I do not know her name, but I've seen her around a lot, and I believe she has either cut her locks or has really long locks now. Because I've seen a picture of her before where she had longer locks, but she's rocking the undercut with, I'd say, a bit thicker locks. She does retwist them because we can kind of see her parts here. But yeah, they look really cool. It looks like she has like a bob style where it's longer in the front and a bit shorter in the back. And it looks really awesome. So here we have the second picture, a beautiful woman with her hair is starting to look a bit gray, but she has, I'm saying that as if it's a bad thing. I mean, I love gray locks. Let's start with that. But her locks look semi-freeform to me, or maybe freeform. No, I think they're semi-freeform, because if they were freeform, I think they would have been thicker. We can see that she had a bit of blonde tips, or maybe that is just because of the sun that bleaches her hair. And we can see kind of a texture in her locks. So I think she does freeform or semi-freeform, because with semi-freeform you start out freeform as well with a bit more bumps in your hair because you don't really manipulate it to the point where they become really smooth with a crochet hook or palm rolling, and it gives her locks character for sure. She must have had them for years and years because they are past her hips, so they are super long. She's a beautiful woman. She's starting to get gray hairs, and I think she would look awesome with part gray locks at the roots and then darker, or her original hair color, further down. Here we have another beautiful set of long locks. These are a bit thicker as well, so I think they are semi-freeform. We can't really be for sure because we can't see the top of her head, but again, the hair color is beautiful. It's a mixture of her own dark brown hair color with a bit lighter here and there from the sun. Yeah, I think most of us who are starting locks, we look at these pictures and we think, wow, I can't wait until my locks are this long one day. So really respect to these women for sticking it out for this long. This next picture, she's a bit less far in her lock journey, and here you can see that her locks still have that kind of, they look a bit more rough because you can see at the ends she has curls. You can see that her locks aren't fully uniform yet, so I would say she's semi-freeforming because you can, especially here, you can see bumps in her locks. And I used to get this as well, even though I retwisted my hair. But in the beginning stages, your hair is not mature yet. It still continues to become more and more dense over time. And these bumps will almost completely disappear. Oh, we've seen her before. I'm thinking now, in which video have we seen her before? I'm not really sure. I believe she is on YouTube as well. And she has a beautiful full set of hair to start off, because already we can't really see all of her hair, but it's a lot. She has a lot of hair. She has really healthy roots as well. She retwists her hair, but they look so nice and uniform, and I can't say anything else about this picture, really. Beautiful. Next picture, these locks are a bit shorter, and I think her hair is about a year and a half, maybe 2 years, between 1 and 2 years, I'd say, because you can see that her hair is almost fully mature and fully grown together. We don't see any bumps. Her ends are almost blunt, but not really. So these are a beautiful set of locks. Again, she has a lot of hair as well. She has so many locks, just like the previous picture, and I think it's really, really beautiful. Very nice. So I think she started her locks quite short because They look very mature and they are down to her jaw or a bit further down. So I think she must have started her locks off quite short, maybe after a big chop or something like that. Here we have crinkly locks. In a previous episode, I spoke about when people wash their locks and when it's still damp, they braid or two-strand twist their locks. And then they put some rubber bands on the end so they don't come undone. They wear that for a number of days, and then when you take that out, you get this look, this crinkly look. I've tried it before when my locks were like this long, and I must say the effect is way nicer if you have longer locks, because then it looks like almost like you have loose curls, and it is a way to get some variation in your lock journey. And again, here we see the brick pattern with the two locks in the front, and then the next row are interspersed. And yeah, she's beautiful. She has freckles as well, and her hair is a bit lighter here, a bit darker at the roots. Amazing. In this picture, this is a very long set of locks. It's almost lower than her hips, so you can really see how long these locks are and how uniform they are. I think these are retwisted locks because we can kind of see her parts here. And again, we see some blonde strands in her hair here and there. But I think this just is a great picture to see how long locks can get. Because I don't think if I would never lock my hair, that my hair would ever become this long. So the weight on your scalp probably has something to do with how much your hair will grow. I know when I was younger, I never cut my hair until I was like 14, 15. And by that time, my hair was halfway down my back, and it never really grew longer than that. And I'm sure that if I get locks now and I let it grow for as long as it can grow, it'll grow past that pretty quickly. So this is a very unique set of locks. I think these are semi-freeform as well, but something about her hair makes me think that she started out maybe twisting or crochet hooking, and then now she is freeforming. Because if you look at the locks kind of next to her face and from the root, they are way less dense and way less round, so to speak, than her locks down here. So sometimes people start off with salon style locks or retwisted themselves, and after a while they start freeforming, so then you get kind of like two different stages of locks, because you can kind of see what the locks were started as, and they were very dense, and then on top of her hair is a bit looser. But yeah, these look really cool. I think they're a bit thicker as well than usual. Then we have dyed locks. I know some of you requested that I do a video completely on people with dyed locks, so that is definitely coming. Stay tuned for that. And I think her locks look really cool. I think blonde looks cool in general on locks, even though I always want to say that people have to be careful when dyeing their locks because it can be very damaging as well. But it looks really cute on her, and her locks seem to be just growing down to her collarbones. So they're not that long yet. They do look like they're fully matured, and yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's a cool style as well. Now here we have a set of freeform locks. I know she is on YouTube. I keep forgetting her channel name. I will put it in the screen so you can go and follow her if you don't already know her. Her locks are way longer than this right now, so she's had her freeform set for a few years, I think, and yeah, it's cool. I think she transitioned from semi-freeform to freeform. She used to have a different set of locks, and before that she used to have a big, beautiful head of curls. So yeah, I think anything she's tried so far really suits her, and her new freeform locks are really great as well. She also has a video, by the way, on what it was like for her to transition from wanting to look very presentable, so to speak, and then switching into the freeform journey. So if you are interested in that, make sure to go and have a look on her channel for that. So here we have locks that are still in the process of budding. So I think it's good to include these locks as well, because many people look at the pictures with people who have fully formed locks and have had them for like 4 or 5 years, and then they think, I would love to have that, but they don't know that before that you have to go through a stage where your hair is still becoming locks. And that stage is usually up until the first year of having locks. People are really sometimes disappointed that their hair is not locking quickly, and they don't understand the journey that it takes to get to that set of locks that they've seen and that inspired them to get locks. So I always want to include people with locks that aren't fully matured yet, because in itself it can be a really awesome part of the journey, and there's a lot you can do with your hair even if it's not fully matured yet. So here we see a very nice lock style, and yeah, it looks like she's had her locks for, I'd say, under a year. I can't really be sure, but you can still see some budding going on, some curls, some loops in her hair here and there, so it's definitely getting there. But yeah, she still has I'd say a year to go until they start to fully condense into mature locks. And then to end this video, I'd love to end it with this picture. Here we can see someone with, I'd say, a looser curl pattern. We can still see some of her curls, so I believe she does semi-freeform, because I doubt that her locks would look this small if she didn't pull them apart. But you can see all the bumps and the loops in her hair, which is part of the journey of freeforming, or sometimes even semi-freeforming. And yeah, I think these look cool. With this looser curl pattern though, it sometimes takes you longer to get locked up, because the loose curl pattern doesn't lock up by itself very quickly compared to people with like 4B or C hair. But you can definitely get locks with all hair types. You just have to pick the method that suits you and the ultimate goal that you have in mind for how you want your locks to look like. But she has a beautiful set of locks. That's it for me. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That really helps the channel out, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.